Between BC's coastline and its mountains, there are no shortage of ways to explore the great outdoors. That includes at least 55 family-friendly hikes in and around southwestern BC.
They're all laid out in a new book by local hiking guru, Stephen Huey, who joins us now in studio. Good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning.
So you are the hiking authority. This is not your first book. This is your third, basically specifically focusing on the West Coast trails for hiking. What's different about this book?
This book is designed for parents and kids, basically, helping families get outside. You know, sometimes it's hard to get the kid out the door, and this is the way, you know, this one talks about hollow trees and suspension bridges and all the, you know, fun attractions that can get kids out there.
Yeah, I want to take my kids on more hikes, but I find that it's hard to get them out the door. You have to sort of, once they're out there doing it, they absolutely love it. Yeah. Now, you have a son. Did he help you planning this book and picking some of the hikes to go in there? Yeah,
he went on quite a few of the hikes with me, and yeah, I mean, some of the hikes in the book, yeah, he only makes it halfway, so I had to go back and, you know, get the proper notes. But yeah, he you know, the first half an hour, he's like, "Let's go home, Dad," and I'll be like, "Well, home is that way because we're doing a loop," you know. But then, you know, half an hour and he's running on boardwalks, you know, pretending to be a Douglas squirrel and just loving it.
So yeah, that is the question. How do you motivate your kids to join you for these hikes, and what's the biggest challenge? I'm guessing pacing is different because everyone has different pacing, but even to get them to enjoy it right away.
Yeah, picking the right trail, picking a trail that has lots of fun things on it, you know, bridges, lots of water to splash in. That's not too hard, too. And just like slowing down and going at their pace, you know, taking it easy, not being worried about getting to the lake at the end or the waterfall, just enjoying it, looking at the slugs.
I think also terrain, because some might be more hilly or might have a few more challenges than others. So kind of knowing, I guess, the level that you're at and your family is at before you choose a hike.
Yeah, start easy. Like, so there's the hikes in the book are really, you know, rated with difficulty. So start with the green hikes, you know, that have very little incline, you know, flatter surfaces, and then work up.
You're mentioning to us off camera 55 hikes you've done in this area alone. Are the ones that you recommend highly for families, and even the ones that you go off the beaten path?
Yeah, one that's like a real hit with families is Killarney Lake on Bowen Island. You get to ride the ferry there. You know, there's a beaver lodge, there's beaver dam, there's, you know, big trees, you know, a little meadow. There's all sorts of good stuff there. And there's ice cream at the end.
Oh yeah, Bowen Island ice cream place is great.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have something to look forward to, something to reward yourself at the end of the hike. What do you think is likely the most challenging hike in BC that maybe a lot of people don't know about, but might be up for the challenge?
For kids or for?
Well, let's say for kids.
For kids? Well, I mean, it depends on the kid, eh? So I find with kids, like you'll see 4-year-olds, you know, going up the Grouse Grind, right?
Which blows my mind.
Yeah. But then some 15-year-olds will have trouble with that. So I don't think there's any like particular hike that I would say is super hard for them. But there's a good challenging hike in the book is called the Falatel Trail in the Chilliwack Community Forest. That's a steeper one, pretty steep, pretty steady steepness, and it goes through like beautiful woods. And that one's kind of in there as a challenging hike for kids.
Okay.
Let's talk attire. What's the best hiking outfit? Good shoes, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to wear those really small shoes. I still wear the full boots with the ankle support. Of course, plenty of Gore-Tex, and you know, carry your layers. You know, have extra stuff in your bag. It's just not cotton.
Is backpack still the way to go, or can you cram everything in a fanny pack?
I still do the backpack.
Yeah, because you need water and that kind of thing for a hike.
Yeah.
You have a special foreword in your latest book. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the foreword is by Maya Anton, founder of Indigenous Women Outdoors, and she's a Squamish language teacher and learner, and she's just a very inspiring person who's doing a lot of good work connecting Indigenous youth back to the land in Squamish and Lillooet territory, and so she writes a beautiful foreword in the book.
Sounds wonderful. How important is it for us to get out in nature and to connect with our surroundings in that way?
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially for kids these days. You know, they're stuck on the screens. So are we, and you need to get away from it. And it's good for mental health. It's good for everything.
Got to get out there. Got to do the hikes.
So you can start this long weekend because the weather, according to Mark, is going to turn.
Stephen Huey, thank you so much for joining us. Great advice, and I can't wait to dive into that book and hit the trails.
Yeah, best hikes and nature walks with the kids. Awesome. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.